This is the Two Guys Take Podcast. Gaming, music, and more with your hosts, Mike and Adam.
Episode 32.
Oh, man. What a weekend.
What a weekend. You had some great, well, was it this week? No, it was this.
That was last week.
Last week.
We skipped podcast last week.
Oh, right. What was this weekend?
Well, this weekend was just crazy shit.
Oh.
Friday, the Taylor Hawkins Foo Fighters drummer died.
Right. We're jumping right in. I love it.
Yeah, we're just hopping in. And then last night, Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock.
Listen, I woke up this morning thinking I was wondering what we were going to talk about today. And then I get to school and my colleague goes, "Did you watch the Oscars last night?" I was like, "No, I didn't." She's like, "Yo, you have to see what happened with Will Smith." And I'm like, "What the hell did this guy say? I'm gonna freaking hate this guy now." Because I like Will Smith in general. So she's like, "Wait for it." So she puts it on, and I'm like, as soon as I see it, I'm like, fake. It looked fake.
Right.
It looked fake. And then he goes back into the audience and starts screaming at him. And I was like, well, maybe not so fake.
Oh, I mean, in fair, okay, going on the side of fakeness. If you were to fake that, you would have to go into the crowd and start yelling at him, right?
If you were going to fake it.
Yeah. You're not just going to sit down and go about your business.
Right. I mean, I guess so. But it felt like weird. Like I felt cringe after that. I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, what the I'm like, and I couldn't imagine like if I saw it live, what I would have been like. I would have been like, my colleague was like, I couldn't go to sleep. She was all twisted out about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that serious, but
I don't think so either. But
if it were staged, I could understand it. No one gives a shit about the Oscars,
right? Exactly. Well, that's what my son said too. He was like, "It's fake."
So,
like, nobody watches that damn friggin' show.
But the underlying issue here is the fact that Jada Pinkett Smith has a autoimmune disorder that causes her to lose her hair.
Right.
And, apparently Chris Rock didn't know that. Not sure if that makes it better or not, but it's a little insensitive either way you slice it, because no matter what, she didn't find it funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
Will found it funny at first.
Will thought it was funny. He
thought it was funny. He was laughing, and then he probably looked next to her and was like, "Oh shit, I better do something," because she's pissed. Obviously, we know who wears the pants in that family.
Well, I'm saying, like in the real world, that being me in that situation, and my wife, I would have slapped the shit out of him too.
Yeah, but would you have slapped him? You would have been like, "Yo, listen, shut the hell up! Shut the hell up!"
Oh no, I'd have slapped him.
You would have?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have.
Well,
I wouldn't
only
have.
because I come later to find out that they actually have, like, the last time Chris Rock was at the Oscars,
right?
He singled her out also. So
did. I watched that clip.
Then in my head, of course, I go 10 different places, and I'm like,
right.
Well, maybe there's some kind of thing going on outside of this too,
which is definitely possible.
Yeah,
but
and if that's the case, then I definitely would have slapped him.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man.
Also,
it's not the place.
Also, the joke really wasn't. If she didn't have an autoimmune disorder, the joke wasn't that funny anyway.
Yeah,
so I probably would have slapped him for telling a shitty joke.
Well, when I okay, I knew she had the autoimmune disease. But when he told the joke, I didn't automatically think, okay, he's disrespecting people with alopecia.
Right.
Was it insensitive? Yeah.
Sure.
Could be insensitive. But just because we don't like what the mean comic says means we get up on stage and we slap the crap out of somebody.
Right.
Like, I mean, okay, So people are like defending him, and I'm like, well, you know what? Probably not the not the venue to do that.
It's
He
not a
could have
good.
he could have screamed at him from his seat, and it would have done the same thing. It
It's
would have
not a
had the same
good.
effect.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Only because for the simple fact that like now, what if people take that into the real world and they start a comedian starts singling somebody out in the audience and they don't like it because they're a poor sport and they go up and slap the shit out of the comedian,
Well, that's right,
then that's what it sets a bad precedent for.
right.
But at the same time, like I'm like torn straight down the middle about it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I could see it both ways. I could see it both ways.
Is she carrying a dog?
No, that is her cello.
Oh, okay. It's a little blurry, so I thought it was a dog.
Okay. Yeah, it is blurry. It's blurry on your end too.
Well, hi,
Uh,
hello,
Splash says hello.
welcome to the podcast.
Speaking of dog, my dog just walked in.
Nice.
Um, what was I going to say? Um, yeah, but just because so now are comics not allowed to say stuff that offends you or makes fun of something or does this? Like you
Well,
can't you
I will
can't do that
say
anymore.
that you should draw the line if you do know somebody has a condition
I
of
mean, I yeah, I guess so. However, it's Chris Rock. He said way worse things to other people at other times.
right, and I mean
So
that's where
and
you're
it
like
wasn't like this alopecia, you know what I mean? Like he didn't even. I don't know,
you
dude.
gotta take you like you just can't look at it at face value no matter what you do because
Right,
regardless you don't know what kind of day Will Smith was having before
right.
that. You don't know what kind of shit's going on at home. I mean, his wife is banging dudes left and
I
right.
was gonna say she's a slut.
So I
But
mean,
but you give the guy who's banging her a free pass, but because Chris Rock says
that's what I'm
G.I.
saying. Though.
Jane
Like
2, you go smack the crap out of him.
maybe he's taking that anger out on
Yeah,
Chris
but
Rock's face.
that's not that's unacceptable. That's
I'm not.
unacceptable.
I'm not here. I'm not here saying it's acceptable. I'm not taking. I'm not. I'm straight. I'm Switzerland here, as I am with most matters. I don't want to take. I don't want to take a side.
Yeah, no. Listen,
I mean, I do want to
I'm not
say.
taking the
I
side, but
do
I'm
want to
saying
say that I do probably lean more towards. I agree with the slap because hey, listen. I understand it's assault, whatever. But if it was really that big of a deal, Chris Rock would press charges.
you think he would really press charges? I don't think he would.
If it was a big deal, he said he's not going to. So,
Yeah, I
but
know, but I don't think it. But
like we as humans are like conditioned to at a certain point you hit somebody. I mean, that's like I'm not saying everybody does that, but I'm saying like that there's like a like violence is in our culture, is in our like in our media, like everything we see, it's like we watch movies that have violence in them. We play video games that have violence in them.
okay.
Like we watch grown men beating the shit out of each other for money.
Mm-hmm.
We pay to see that. I don't, but people do.
Right.
So Will Smith walking up in the middle of the Oscars and slapping Chris Rock. Sure, it sends a bad message to the kids, but I'm like, hell yeah, do it again. Because like, why can't you just? Why can't like? It's not like he went up there and beat him bloody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also
He
too.
slapped him and walked away.
Yeah, but was Jada in any danger? Did he have to
No,
go up there and defend her, quote unquote?
no, that's why he didn't close the fist.
Oh,
He just smacked him. Be like, listen, watch your mouth.
yeah.
He was
I don't think it's
he
not
felt
it's not
he
a good
felt
look.
it's not a good look at all. No,
I don't think he felt
because
bad. I don't think he
it
felt
was
bad
on
either.
live TV.
I don't think he
Like
felt bad either.
say okay now they're in a private setting. Okay, no one's filming. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock for saying shit about his wife. Then it's not a big deal at all. Just the fact that it was on TV bundles people's panties up,
Right, but again, he could have said something. You're just gonna if someone says something to you, okay, about your wife,
Yeah, but if you're
just
gonna
gonna
say
get
something,
up
you might
and
as well
walk up
slap him
and
anyway.
slap him. No, you're gonna say something.
Think
You're gonna
about
say
this though.
something. You're gonna.
You start saying something to him, then he could just keep running his mouth. Then he could get even more angry. Then he could go up and do more than just slap him.
Yeah, but
He could
if he
spear him
raised
to
his
the
voice
stage.
like he did at the end after he did slap him and sat down, I don't think it would have escalated to anything.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Who's to say? Because we don't know. Because he chose the road of slapping
But
him.
he did. He did. He did. He
And hey,
totally
listen,
did.
had he not slapped him, then you couldn't go onto the internet and find the most
Oh,
hilarious memes you've
the
ever
memes
found.
to the memes today are
Incredible.
out of control. Out of control. I mean, there are a lot of people, in the alopecia community, obviously, that are upset by it, which I understand.
Yeah, absolutely. And they should be.
And
Because that's just I mean, maybe they shouldn't be, but like they have a right to be, I should say. That's what,
right, but Chris Rock is a comic.
Correct.
He's supposed to go up there. He's supposed to roast people. Maybe he took it over the line and shouldn't have said what he said.
There does come to a point where there should be an understanding, especially if you're an actress, an actor. That there should be, like especially Will Smith's case.
Mhm.
She showed her distaste for it, and she didn't slap
She
her
did.
man.
She did.
But he could have easily brushed it off and then found him later and slapped the shit out of him.
Right.
Or
again, you say something. Look, why does it have to go to slapping?
The
Why does it have
question, I guess, would always just be, could it have been handled better? The answer to that question is always going to be yes, with
Of
any
course.
situation.
Of course.
So
I don't know, man. I don't know. Something still behind. Something still.
It's still there's something behind it. Whether it's the fact that it's like, it's just
Yeah, but
the
also,
fact
I
that I've
think
watched professional wrestling a good portion of my life really makes me think that it's not real.
and then I was just going to say that too. There's
But
something.
if she didn't have the alopecia, then I'd be like, this is definitely fake. This is definitely staged. But the fact that you don't play with that kind of business if you're a organization like the Academy or whatever.
Right, but like the whole crap, like of course I was scouring the internets today. How like the Academy does not condone this behavior, blah 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 blah. Well, imagine. Well, you kind of do, because nothing really happened.
Yeah, no security came.
No security. No one
He
checked
won
on anybody.
an
They didn't.
Oscar later.
Yeah, and it was like the show just went on. Like what?
Well, the show is going to go on regardless.
Yeah, I know.
They're not going to let that ruin the show that they prepared for all year. I mean, God forbid.
Well, this is why. I mean,
Listen, I don't like shows like this to begin with, because
same. I don't like it either.
The pageantry, like do these millionaires really need more awards? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
I mean, I don't get awards at my job, so
right.
How about you piss off?
I hear you.
Keep making movies, and I'll keep paying to watch those movies.
Maybe
that's the thanks you'll get from me. But other than that, back off. But hey, if you're bringing title fights into the show, maybe I'll watch next year. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think it's fake.
I don't know.
I've zoomed in on that video so many times.
I know. I slow-moed
to
it
see if he actually hits him.
I know.
But the thing that makes me think that he actually did is the sound.
I was trying to see if he hit his side with his other hand to make the sound.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like to make the boom sound.
See, the whole thing, Will Smith didn't have a mic. Chris Rock did.
Right.
So to make that kind of sound on the mic, you would have had to like either just directly hit the mic or hit something above the mic, like the man's face.
Right.
But I didn't really watch Chris Rock's body movement. If he hits him, if he like bumps himself to like make the sound.
Right. I didn't notice that, but also
it's probably real. Who knows? Probably fake.
He's real. Coming up there and he's ready to swing. You're not going to like defend you're not going to duck.
Well, he didn't. I mean, honestly, do you think that he thought that Will Smith was going to fucking crack him?
Probably not. But
it's like he's coming at me. He probably thought he was going to like like make a joke, or something like that, like get in on it with him, or like, I don't
Yeah,
know, mess with him a little bit. And it's I don't know. It's so hard to say. I don't know Will Smith.
they
I
should
don't
take
know
his
Chris
Oscar
Rock.
away from him. That's what
Eh,
they should do.
I don't know.
They won't. They won't.
The two things are completely separate. I don't.
What?
He slapped
Yeah,
a
but
guy.
right. Okay. Right. But you're getting an award from this academy, and you act like that on stage in front of millions of people.
He literally acted like
Yeah,
the person who he portrayed in the movie.
but yeah, but that yes, but
So that's why he's going to get away with it,
that's
because
the
they're going to be like,
problem.
"Oh,
Like you,
he's still in character."
yeah, but you have to carry yourself a certain way as being that you know being a professional in that setting, in that job. Just like I have to carry myself a certain way. I can't be going out there and freaking, saying all this crap and not have any consequences if something comes back to me where it's jeopardizing my teaching.
Well, I'm sure they're
So,
going to listen. I'm sure they're going to have a meeting about it,
well,
and
yeah,
and I'm sure they're gonna go back and forth. And I'm sure at the end of the day, they're going to be like, "Listen, couple weeks, some other shit's going to happen. People are going to forget about this."
yeah.
And we are. No one's going to remember this. I mean, people are going to remember it, but it's not going to be on
Hmm.
like next time Will Smith has a movie that comes out, which is probably not going to be for a while at this point.
Well, he ain't gonna be filming another movie anytime soon.
Um, People are still going to go watch it, and like, I don't know. It's we'll see. We'll see what happens if the man's going crazy, or if it's just
Listen,
if
that
he's
could be his true colors. You think he beats the crap out of Jada?
nope. I doubt it.
You don't think so? She
She
probably
might.
would. Yeah.
She probably
She
beats
probably
the
beats the
crap out
shit
of
out of
him.
him. Yeah, that's probably
Exactly.
right. Probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, I never really liked her, to be honest.
We don't need to
Just
go into
just as a
this.
person, just as a person.
Yeah.
I
I
wasn't.
mean,
I'm not a fan of hers. But I do like Will Smith, and I don't really like him too much.
eh,
I don't know.
I mean,
I just
you got to think about it this way. Do you like Will Smith, or do you like the characters that he plays?
true.
So then what's the point of worrying about it? Because he'll just play a character that you'll like another time.
Right.
You
Well,
don't have to,
the crazy
like
thing
the
is,
person. That's why I say don't meet your heroes, because
yeah,
you won't like the people that they are.
right. You're right. Right. You're right. That's a good point. What was I going to say? And but that there was some filming video of him at the after parties dancing to Jiggy with It and all this stuff like like nothing ever happened.
But what do you want him to do?
I mean, listen,
You want him to just
you
go
think
sit at home with his head in his hands and be like, "Oh man, I should have never swapped that guy.
he
Oh
but
man,
I don't think
I should
he
go
didn't show any
apologize."
remorse.
But like, so
But you
what?
can't do that on national TV.
It's
That's not
something.
the point.
It's something that happened that you can't take back.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
You can't take it back.
what is he going to do? Is he
You
going to
can't
spend the
do that. You just
rest
can't
of
do
his
that.
life worried about
Oh, maybe for like
one
maybe
moment
for a
of?
couple hours. Maybe a
I mean,
couple hours.
think about the restraint he showed his whole life coming up to that point, where he hasn't slapped the people that have said shit about him.
How about Chris Rock not freaking going after him, or him just sitting there taking it?
If we're gonna put these two celebrity death match against each other, my money's on Will Smith.
I mean, you're probably
So
right.
if I'm Chris Rock, I'm hands down too. I'm like, yo, hey, don't do it again, but we're cool. We're cool.
Yeah, I don't know. You might pull out like a shiv or something.
Okay, listen. Mr. Hold them to a higher standard, and you're expecting Chris Rock to have a shiv in his pocket in his
No,
fucking tuxedo?
I'm just saying.
Get out of here.
I'm just saying. It was a joke. It's a joke, people. It's a joke, people. Listen. There, these things happen, and then all of a sudden on the internet, like things start coming up. There was I saw a clip of Will Smith on Arsenio Hall's show making fun of a bald gentleman, and I guess the crowd.
Oh my god! Oh,
I
Jesus Christ!
I swear to God.
Okay,
And he was
Arsenio
like,
Hall hasn't been on the air for fucking 20 years.
But you could go back into every politician's, 35 years ago and pull up that crap. But what's the difference?
So you're legitimately
I'm
saying
just saying,
that means anything here. that he made a joke about a bald guy years before he was even married to
Right.
this
No, no,
woman.
no. I'm just saying, no, the way he reacted when the crowd was like, oh, he was like, it's just jokes, man. It's just jokes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Okay, now presented in that sense, yes, I can see how.
That's all I'm
But
saying. I'm
but
not
but
saying because he made fun
but
of someone who was bald and that his wife has alopecia. That's not what I'm saying.
have
I'm
you
saying,
ever been in a mood where you're like, man, if this next person says some shit to me, I'm gonna slap him? You never like,
nah,
nah. See, I have.
nah. I
I've
don't,
never slapped anybody like that,
yeah, it was just, for
but
what? A waste of my time, a
especially,
waste of energy. I'll just yell at
I
you.
mean,
I
on
can yell and
live
berate you.
TV,
I'm telling you,
I don't
man.
know.
Live TV, millions. Well, I don't know how many millions of people were actually
Maybe the
watching. Maybe it
slap
was
was
like 10
supposed to
people.
listen. Hold on, hear me out here.
Okay.
Maybe the slap was supposed to happen, but it wasn't supposed to, like, the joke wasn't supposed to be that. You know what I mean? Maybe the joke was supposed to be something different.
Mm.
And then that just was like, you know what? This is where the slap's going to happen. And then then Chris Rock was like, what the heck? He was supposed to slap me 2 minutes from now. What the heck's happening?
Right.
So then whenever he sits down, Will Smith lets him know. It's like, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. That's why you got slapped early, fool.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I kind of think that we'll never, no one will ever agree. The two sides will never agree on this, obviously. I'm going to stay straight down the middle, and I'm going to argue with each side of the fence. I will say
Yeah.
my initial reaction whenever my wife told me this morning, it was
Yeah.
like, that man is so whipped. It's ridiculous, but like, that's just me hearing what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then knowing what I know about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett's marriage, which isn't much, but it's a pretty big fact that I do know, that everyone knows, that he just lets her do what she wants.
Get jiggy with it.
Yeah, he lets her get jiggy with whoever.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's
It
just
just, it
that's a
seems right. I mean, I guess
I mean, if that woman can convince you to do that, then that's,
she must got a magic thing down there.
I don't know. You got to have either really compelling argument, or you just, I don't know. I couldn't be that submissive, I don't think.
No,
But
why not?
there's a difference between being that and defending your woman, which I would do in the same manner,
Well,
but probably not
is
in front of the same people.
was that defending or standing up for your woman? What do you think
What's
the
the
difference is?
difference?
I think standing up for someone would be saying something
Oh,
as
well, yeah, if
opposed
she,
to
like, defending as if they're in danger. So yeah,
right.
he was
So
standing
that's
up for her.
well, but he didn't though, because if he stood up for her, he would have said something as opposed to getting up there and slapping the crap out of him.
Well, he did. He said something too. So
Oh, but after the fact, he didn't start off. He didn't lead with that. He didn't lead with that.
listen, we clearly we grew up in two different necks of the woods where
Okay.
we would solve problems by quick slap, just like Will Smith did.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, again, that's growing up. That's on the
Will
playground.
Smith's closer to my age.
So, but I'm saying, why can't live TV be more like a public setting where he would have got slapped either way? So, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
We this entire podcast episode has been about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah. Well,
And
I'm sure most people's podcasts today, if they were recording today, is going to be about this topic.
and that is why typically I would like to stray away from topics like this, but it's
Yeah.
just something we can't do.
Yeah.
We
I
have
mean,
to discuss it.
we usually, we usually
If
kind of stay away
if
from
there were
this kind of
something
stuff.
better to discuss, we probably would discuss that too, though.
Right.
I do want to say that I'm extremely bummed about Taylor Hawkins passing because I'm a Foo
Yeah.
Fighters fan and I am
Mhm.
also a Taylor Hawkins fan. Um,
Now we don't. Do we know cause of death?
no, and
We're
I
not out.
honestly don't even care.
Hmm.
Like, if the man died from like, and honestly, like, I always play detective, and I'm not a detective, but honestly, you want to know what it looks like to me? And my wife actually said this. It seems like that he was just smoking some weed, and it was like some bad shit laced with some other stuff.
Oh.
It's like he had antidepressants in his system,
Hmm.
but like, okay, cool, good for you, buddy. You're taking
Things
care of
didn't. Things
yourself.
didn't.
That's what
Things
that
didn't
is,
mesh.
you know. And
Right.
it's like there was THC in the system too, so But like, I don't. I mean, if you had some demons that caught up to you, then that's just a shame. But the bigger
Yeah.
shame is the fact that he's just he's gone way too soon,
Well,
and
sure. He was what,
that's
50?
just 50 years old. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's crazy. It is.
I'm not a Foo
That's,
Fighters fan. However, um, yeah, that freaking sucks.
chances are, though, it's something you've listened to.
Oh yeah.
You've heard like his drums were there, and you didn't even realize it
Hmm.
because he has played drums on so much, and
Right.
it's just ridiculous.
Crazy.
So that was a tough one for sure.
Right. Right.
But hey, at least I got a good laugh on Sunday. Well, Monday morning.
Monday morning. Yeah, I was like, what? What was this? This was crazy. So crazy. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I,
it
I'm
made
I'm
it
curious to see
literally
what comes out in the next couple of days as far as
nothing.
apology. You don't think there's gonna be any apologies? Just Chris Rock said anything? I don't think
I
so,
mean,
right?
does he need to do a public apology though? Like, can't he just like go talk to Chris Rock privately, squash that beef, and be done with it?
Yeah, but something has to come out from the Academy. Something has to come out from the
Well, yeah. I
Academy.
mean, I don't give a shit what the Academy says.
Oh,
I
but
mean,
yeah, right. But there has to be
oh,
something. You know what I
something.
mean?
They'll probably strip the man of his Oscar that he worked very hard to get and ruined with one slap. But I guess hey, that'll teach you kids consequences for your actions.
Yeah, I mean, there's got
But
to
it's
be
the
some
same.
sort of consequence.
But hey, if that happens too, that man weighed that risk in his head and said,
But he may not.
"Do I want to
That was
slap this man and lose this Oscar?" Because either way, it's still Oscar-winning performance. You can't take that fact away.
yeah.
But it's like, do I slap this man and then my wife is happy, or do I not slap this man, keep my Oscar, and then she's always going to be like, "This motherfucker."
She's still gonna go bang somebody else anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah, but she's still gonna go to. She's still gonna, I don't know, wake up next to him.
Uh,
Don't know how that works. Don't know how that
oh
works.
my gosh.
Yeah.
And there you go. Will Smith, Chris Rock, giving everybody stuff to talk about today.
They should have. I mean,
Stool
listen.
president, our boy Portnoy. He thinks it's fake. He still thinks it's fake.
Listen though. Okay. We should be watching Monday Night Raw right now. WWE.
Or to watch to see like
Because I bet you Chris
technique.
Rock and Will Smith. No, Chris Rock and Will Smith are going to show up and set up their WrestleMania match. I think that's what's happening here. Listen, hey, Dave Portnoy, he's a smart man, right? He's got millions of
he
dollars. You
does.
have to
He
be
does.
kind of smart to have that kind of money.
He does. He does have a lot of money.
Okay, maybe he knows something we don't
Maybe
know. He knows
some.
a lot of people.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I was watching a little thing. His
We'll say that the Will Smith did have a lot of support from fellow celebrities in the room last night
mhm.
after he slapped the man. So
Right. And
who
there are a lot
knows?
of people on the other side of the coin too.
Yeah, well,
Both sides.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
See
see
what
what
happens. I
happens.
say let the man keep his Oscar and let's all just forget about it because in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter because everybody's going to forget about it. And we still got sweet memes.
The memes are good,
The
but I
best
don't know.
thing, the literal best thing for them to do at this point would to come out and say it was all a joke.
Right.
But that would have had to been done today.
Yeah.
I mean, even just do it though. I mean, that's like
Right. Just
their publicist is whoever the Academy's publicist is missing a golden opportunity. Even they miss it at the show. They could have spun that around right at the show
yeah.
and made that work. Like they're actors, they could fake it for a couple minutes. Like,
Right.
listen, guys, now you have to run with this. Get it done, and let's get on moving with the show.
Right. Right.
Missed a golden opportunity here.
I definitely could have. And that's
Well,
that.
That's that. That's our episode for the week. We hope you guys, I'm sure half of you were upset at the podcast and half of you were like, yeah, go guys, 2 guys, whatever. And that's the perfect mix that we want. 50-50, right down the middle. That's me, Switzerland. I'm glad he slapped him, but I'm not at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone that far. I would have been like, shut up, mother, I'll come up there and kick you. And see what happened.
Once again, no useless information because all the information in this podcast episode was useless.
It's useless. Absolutely. 100%. You could recycle it.
Episode 32, Will Smith. That's just going to be what it's titled. Will Smith.
Will Smith. Not
hell. This might be the most listened to podcast episode ever if it gets like hitting the fucking Google, whatever. I don't know how that works. The search engine.
By the way, if you guys like what you're hearing, go give us a rating, review on the Spotify, on the Apple iTunes. What do we got or what else we're on? Yeah, that's wrong.
Like it on YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. Now, also, I will put a poll on the episode on Spotify. So if you're on Spotify, let us know. Are you for the slap? Or are you against the slap? Simple.
For against the slap.
For against the slap.
I like it.
All right, we'll see you guys
on the next
episode. Yeah, I won't say next week because we don't know if it'll be next week.
And we never know on the next episode.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right.